Hello everyone, this is Sagar Wagh and we are going to study behavior design patterns today. I am going to take you through command pattern where we will see what is command pattern, why to use it, when to use it and how to use it. So let's begin. So why is it called as a behavior design pattern? Because it helps the program to react based on the command. We are going to understand this programmatically. So stay with me till the end of this video. Consider a use case where we want to build an animated character based on the mouse clicks, where the left click will make hands go up, whereas the right click will make hands go down. Now, let's try to write a code for it. We are going to start with iEventListener interface, which has onEvent method. We are then going to create left click event listener that implements iEventListener by defining onEvent method having code to raise the hands. Similarly, we will create right click event listener which also implements iEventListener, and the onEvent method here defines code to take hands down. Now, the client code when wants to consume iEventListener will write a code something similar to this, where conditionally it will create the instance of one of the listener and then invoke onEvent method on it. Now, this code might look simple, less complex, and in a working condition. But to understand the problem and the need to use command pattern, we are going to twist the requirement little bit. So let's say instead of animating based on mouse clicks, we want to animate the character based on the gestures. Now, to write it programmatically, we are going to create a new interface iMotionSensor, which has a method on recognition. We now need to create a left hand sensor which implements iMotionSensor and defines on recognition to raise both hands. We also need to define the right hand sensor which also implements iMotionSensor to define on recognition to take both hands down. Let's go back to the previous example and say the client A wants whenever right click event happens, both hands should be down, whereas the other clients want that the right click event should raise a single hand. To make it programmatically, we'll have to write a conditional logic inside the right click event listener. Well, this looks still okay, right? But the problem here is that the right click event listener now has the overhead to understand how to take both hands down and how to raise a single hand. Imagine a situation where client B wants that the right click event should make the character jump. The event listener will get more and more complex as the client demand changes. And what about the motion sensor? If tomorrow another client wants something else, the motion sensor will also have to be modified. This is becoming very complex. Looks like we understand the problem. Raising both hand or a single hand or taking them down. All these are kind of commands which are given to the animated character. But the executors of those commands could be different. Like it could be mouse clicks, it could be the gesture detector, right? The problem starts occurring when the client aggregates the entire code of these commands within itself, which leads to our first problem, that whenever the existing behavior of any command needs to be changed, the client has to modify its entire code. The second problem occurs when the client itself is replaced or a new client is added which also demands same kind of behavior. like the motion sensor. It will have to repeat all the code to invoke the same set of commands, but with different events. Well, solution to this is command design pattern, which simply asks to create multiple set of commands and recommends that the client should only know how to prepare and execute those commands without worrying the internal behavior of the command. So, in our case, mouse click event listeners and the gesture detectors will have to prepare the command and execute them based on the user events. Well, in fact, you are not new to the command pattern. The select command which you prepare for the SQL Server is one of the best example of how command pattern can be implemented, where you as a client only need to worry about how to prepare the command and SQL Server takes care of executing it. Well, let's try to modify our previous code by implementing command pattern. For that, we'll create an interface I command which has a method execute. We'll now create different command handlers for the different behaviors of the animated character. So the first one is raise hands command, which implements the execute method of I command interface so that the character can raise both hands. We'll write the similar other commands like hands down command and raise one hand command, enabling the character to take both hands down and raise one hand. Well, this looks much cleaner approach where each command has its own behavior and anyone can invoke these commands based on different events. To start with, we are now going to modify the click event listeners, where the left click event listener will now only create the raise hands command and invoke the execute method on it. That's it. Similarly, right click event listener will have the conditional code, but this time it will not write the entire code of taking hands down or raising one hand, but it will just create the appropriate command and execute it. As simple as that. Similarly, left hand sensor and the right hand sensor will just create the appropriate commands and execute them. This is a very simple and clean approach to write the command design pattern. Since now we understand how to programmatically write command pattern, let's take a moment to note down advantages of using command pattern. First one, command pattern helps to decouple the logic from the client. Client awareness only remains till command creation. How the command behaves internally becomes an abstraction and the code becomes simpler and readable. Second advantage, command pattern helps to maintain the open close principle, ensuring new commands can be still added without breaking the client code. And the third one, single responsibility principle is maintained by each command, keeping the code readable and easily maintainable. Please also note down different examples where command pattern can be useful. First example is where you want to operate on a database and the command pattern can help you to separate out all the CRUD commands like insert, update, delete, fetch, and maybe others. Second example could be where you want to build a smart remote to control your home appliances. Remote mode could be either voice or text, but the commands that it executes will be same for both. And the third example could be virtual keyboard, where you want to replace behavior of the keys, but you don't need to change the entire logic behind the key. You just need to replace the command that is bound to the key and it will work. Simple as that. Well, you must be thinking now, when should I use command pattern? For that, you have to ask a question. Do you have a group of commands where each command has its own behavior and you want to support or provide these commands as a behavior to your consumer? And at the same time, you want to hide the internal implementation from the consumer? If yes, you should go for command pattern. Well, that's it. I hope this was helpful and now you understand the command pattern. The more you study, the more you read, you get the more knowledge and you become better. As I always say, take it as a starter video and keep reading more about this online. Try to get more hands on experience on command pattern. Try to get in depth knowledge of command pattern. Please subscribe for all upcoming videos and do share them with all your friends. Thank you. Thank you so much.